The Galactic Empire was a vast, tyrannical superpower that had subjugated countless civilizations across the cosmos. Led by the ruthless Emperor Xyloth, the Empire's insatiable hunger for expansion and domination knew no bounds. For decades, the Empire had monitored the primitive planet called Earth, observing the relatively young human civilization that inhabited it. To the Galactic Empire, Earth was nothing more than a resource-rich backwater, teeming with inferior beings ripe for assimilation into their grand interstellar dominion. The time had finally come for the Empire to make its move. Xyloth summoned his most trusted advisors to plan the invasion and annexation of the insignificant human world. Earth's technology is centuries behind our own, Xyloth declared, his voice dripping with disdain. Its people are weak, divided, and unaware of the true power of the Galactic Empire. They will fall easily to our might. The Emperor's generals presented detailed strategies for a swift and decisive conquest. They would first send diplomatic envoys to make formal contact with the leaders of Earth, demanding their immediate surrender and integration into the Empire. If the humans refused, the full force of the Imperial fleet would be unleashed, overwhelming their meager defenses with devastating firepower. Once Earth is under our control, we will strip it of its natural resources and conscript its population into our labor force, Xyloth said, a cruel smile spreading across his face. The humans will serve the Empire, or they will be exterminated. The advisors nodded in agreement, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. The prospect of subjugating an entire planet and adding it to the Galactic Empire's ever-expanding dominion was an enticing one. Unknown to the Imperial leadership, however, their plans for Earth had already been detected by a network of human intelligence operatives. These vigilant agents had been monitoring the Empire's activities for years, anticipating the inevitable attempt to conquer their homeworld. Deep within secure facilities across the globe, the gathered information was being analyzed and shared among the world's most powerful nations. Alarmed by the scale of the threat, governments began to put aside their differences and coordinate a unified response. Scientists and engineers were tasked with accelerating technological development, seeking ways to counter the Galactic Empire's superior firepower and advanced capabilities. Military strategists devised intricate defensive plans, preparing for the inevitable clash that would determine the fate of humanity. As the Galactic Empire's envoys prepared to make their first contact with Earth, an uneasy calm settled over the planet. The people of Earth, long divided by petty conflicts, now found themselves united by a common purpose: to defend their home and their freedom, no matter the cost. The stage was set for a monumental clash between the arrogant, tyrannical Galactic Empire and the resilient, defiant human civilization. The outcome would ripple through the cosmos, forever altering the balance of power and shaping the future of both worlds. As the Galactic Empire's diplomatic envoys approached Earth, ready to deliver their ultimatum, the leaders of the planet's nations received the alarming intelligence reports. The threat of subjugation and domination by the tyrannical empire had become all too real. Convening emergency summits, the world's governments put aside their long-standing rivalries and differences. They recognized that the survival of humanity itself was at stake. Unprecedented cooperation and coordination began to take shape as nations pooled their resources and expertise to mount a collective defense. "We cannot simply surrender to these invaders," declared the President of the United States, her voice resolute. "Earth is our home, and we will not bow to the demands of any foreign power, no matter how advanced they may be." Her sentiments were echoed by leaders across the globe, who rallied their people with impassioned speeches. The people of Earth, once divided by petty conflicts, now stood united in their determination to defend their freedom and sovereignty. Scientists and engineers, working around the clock, began to accelerate the development of new technologies that could give humanity a fighting chance against the Galactic Empire's superior firepower. Breakthroughs in fields like energy weaponry, advanced propulsion systems, and defensive shielding gave rise to a new generation of cutting-edge military hardware. Simultaneously, The world's militaries coordinated their efforts, pooling their resources and expertise to devise intricate battle plans. Strategic alliances were forged, and joint training exercises were conducted to ensure seamless cooperation in the event of an all-out conflict. As the Galactic Empire's envoys arrived on Earth, they were met with a defiant response. The leaders of the planet's nations, standing shoulder to shoulder, delivered a clear and unequivocal message. Earth will never surrender. We will fight to the last, and we will prevail. The envoys, taken aback by the unexpected display of unity and resolve, hastily retreated to report back to the Galactic Empire. They warned that the humans were far more capable and determined than anticipated, and that a swift and easy conquest of Earth was no longer a foregone conclusion. Emperor Xylov, enraged by the humans' refusal to submit, ordered the immediate deployment of the Imperial fleet. Vast armadas of advanced warships, equipped with devastating firepower, began to converge on the blue-green planet, casting an ominous shadow over its surface. The people of Earth, steeled by their newfound unity and the promise of advanced technology, prepared to meet the Galactic Empire's onslaught. They knew that the fate of their world hung in the balance, and that the coming conflict would be a true test of their mettle. As the first clashes erupted between the forces of Earth and the Galactic Empire, the stage was set for a monumental clash that would decide the future of both civilizations. The outcome would reverberate across the cosmos, forever altering the balance of power and the course of history. The Galactic Empire's massive armada loomed over Earth, its formidable warships poised to unleash a devastating bombardment. Emperor Xylov, his patience worn thin, issued a final ultimatum to the leaders of the human civilization. "You have one last chance to surrender." The Emperor's voice boomed through the communication channels. "Kneel before the Galactic Empire, and your lives will be spared. Resist, and you will be annihilated." The leaders of Earth, standing united, refused to be cowed by the Empire's threats. With unwavering determination, they delivered their defiant response. "We will never submit to your tyranny," the President of the United States declared. "Earth is our home, and we will fight to the last to defend our freedom and our way of life. The Galactic Empire has no place on our planet." Xylov's face contorted with rage, his eyes narrowing as he issued the order to commence the invasion. Massive warships opened fire, raining down torrents of energy blasts and missiles upon the cities and military installations of Earth. The human defenders, armed with their newly developed technologies, responded with a ferocity that took the Galactic Empire by surprise. Advanced energy weapons and defensive shielding systems managed to deflect or destroy many of the incoming projectiles, minimizing the initial damage. Fearless fighter pilots took to the skies, engaging the Imperial fighters in a desperate aerial battle. Their superior maneuverability and innovative tactics allowed them to hold their own against the more advanced galactic crafts. On the ground, well-coordinated ground forces employed a mix of traditional and cutting-edge weaponry to repel the invading troops. Powerful energy cannons and laser-guided missiles decimated the Galactic Empire's armored vehicles and infantry. As the battle raged on, the skies above Earth were filled with the deafening roar of explosions and the dazzling display of energy beams. The people of Earth, their resolve unshaken, fought with a tenacity that the Galactic Empire had never encountered before. For the first time in its long history of conquest, the mighty Galactic Empire faced a formidable challenge. The humans, united and empowered by their technological advancements, were proving to be a far more formidable foe than the Imperial leadership had anticipated. As the initial offensive stalled and the battle lines became entrenched, both sides regrouped and prepared for the next round of the conflict. The Galactic Empire, caught off guard by the ferocity of the human resistance, began to reconsider its strategy. The people of Earth, emboldened by their unexpected success, knew that this was just the beginning of a long and arduous struggle. They had shown the Galactic Empire that they would not go down without a fight, and that the fate of their world was in their own hands. The stage was set for an escalating conflict that would test the limits of both civilizations, with the ultimate victor poised to shake the course of the entire galaxy. As the initial clash between Earth and the Galactic Empire raged on, the human defenders continued to defy the Imperial forces' overwhelming firepower. Fueled by their unwavering determination to protect their home, the people of Earth displayed a level of military prowess that caught the Galactic Empire off guard. The advanced technologies developed by the world's leading scientists and engineers proved to be a game-changer. Powerful energy weapons, capable of penetrating the Galactic Empire's most sophisticated shielding systems, decimated their warships and ground forces. Innovative defensive systems, including energy-based force fields and laser-guided missile interceptors, effectively neutralized the devastating bombardment from the Imperial fleet. The human pilots, honed by extensive training, outmaneuvered and outgunned their galactic counterparts in the skies above Earth. These humans are proving to be far more capable than we ever imagined, one of Xyloth's generals reported, his voice tinged with a mixture of frustration and grudging respect. Their technology and tactics are constantly evolving, and they are fighting with a ferocity we have never encountered before. The Emperor, his initial confidence shaken, began to reconsider his strategy. He realized that a straightforward invasion and subjugation of Earth would not be as easy as he had anticipated. The humans, united and driven by a fierce determination to protect their home, were proving to be a far more formidable adversary than the Galactic Empire had bargained for. Across the planet, the people of Earth celebrated each hard-fought victory, their morale soaring with every passing day. The once divided nations of the world had come together as one, pooling their resources and coordinating their efforts to defend their beloved homeworld. "We will not be intimidated by the Galactic Empire's might," the President of the United States declared in a rousing speech. "Our determination and our ingenuity will prove to be their undoing. We will fight for our freedom, and we will prevail." The people erupted in thunderous applause, their spirits lifted by the unwavering leadership and the evidence of their own capabilities. They knew that the path ahead would be arduous, but they were more than willing to face the challenges head-on. As the battle lines continued to shift, the Galactic Empire found itself in an unfamiliar position, struggling to gain the upper hand against a seemingly primitive civilization. The arrogance and overconfidence that had fueled their previous conquests were now being tested by the resilience and innovation of the human race. The fate of Earth, and perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance as the conflict escalated. The Galactic Empire, once the undisputed masters of the cosmos, now faced a formidable foe that refused to submit to their will. The outcome of this epic struggle would forever change the course of history. The Galactic Empire, stung by the unexpected resilience and military prowess of the human defenders, could no longer afford to hold back. Emperor Xyloth, his pride wounded and his patience exhausted, ordered the full might of the Imperial fleet to converge on Earth. Massive warships, their vast arsenals primed for destruction, unleashed a devastating barrage upon the planet's surface. Energy beams, missiles, and devastating plasma cannons rained down, pulverizing cities and military installations across the globe. The people of Earth watched in horror as their hard-won defenses were overwhelmed by the sheer power of the Galactic Empire's onslaught. Panic and despair spread through the population as they realized the true scale of the threat they faced. "They are destroying everything in their path," cried the President of the United States, her voice trembling with a mixture of fear and resolve. "We must redouble our efforts and find a way to counter this assault, or all will be lost." Across the planet, the human forces scrambled to mount a desperate defense. Fighter pilots took to the skies, engaging the Galactic Empire's advanced warships in a fearsome aerial battle. Ground troops, armed with the latest energy weapons and defensive technologies, fought with unwavering determination to protect their homes and loved ones. But the Galactic Empire's relentless barrage proved too much for the human defenders to withstand. Cities crumbled under the weight of the bombardment, and military bases were reduced to smoldering ruins. The once proud defenses of Earth began to falter, and the people's hope started to wane. "They are too powerful," a young soldier cried, his voice laced with despair. "We cannot hold out much longer against their might." As the battle raged on, the Galactic Empire's generals observed the unfolding carnage with a mixture of satisfaction and disbelief. They had vastly underestimated the tenacity and resourcefulness of the human race, and now they were witnessing the full extent of their military superiority. "The people of Earth are proving to be more resilient than we expected," one of the generals admitted, his brow furrowed in contemplation. "But our firepower is overwhelming. They cannot sustain this level of resistance for much longer." Xyloth, his eyes gleaming with a cruel triumph, nodded in agreement. "Unleash the full force of our arsenal," he commanded, his voice dripping with malice. "Crush their will to fight, and let the people of Earth know the true meaning of subjugation." The Galactic Empire's warships redoubled their efforts, raining down a deluge of destruction upon the human civilization. As the people of Earth watched their world crumble around them, they realized that their worst fears were being realized. The Galactic Empire was determined to break their spirit, no matter the cost. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, as the human defenders fought with every last ounce of their strength to hold back the unstoppable tide of the Imperial onslaught. As the Galactic Empire's relentless bombardment continued to devastate the cities and military installations of Earth, the people's spirits began to falter. The once defiant resistance seemed poised to crumble under the overwhelming might of the Imperial forces. However, in the face of overwhelming odds, the human defenders refused to surrender. Across the planet, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to develop new technologies and tactics that could turn the tide of the battle. Breakthrough after breakthrough came in rapid succession. Powerful energy shields capable of withstanding the Galactic Empire's most devastating attacks were deployed, shielding vital infrastructure and military bases. Advanced stealth systems allowed human fighters to infiltrate and sabotage the Imperial supply lines, crippling the enemy's ability to sustain their assault. "They are adapting far faster than we anticipated," one of Xyloth's generals reported, his voice tinged with growing concern. "Our superiority in firepower and technology is no longer as decisive as it once was." The Emperor, his frustration mounting, ordered his forces to intensify their bombardment, hoping to break the human spirit through sheer destructive force. But the people of Earth, inspired by the steadfast leadership of their governments and the ingenuity of their scientists, refused to be cowed. Across the globe, citizens rallied to support the war effort, volunteering their skills and resources to aid the defense of their homeworld. Factories worked around the clock to churn out the latest military hardware, while civilians organized themselves into civil defense units to provide aid and support to those affected by the Galactic Empire's attacks. "We will not give up," the President of the United States declared, her voice resonating with unwavering determination. "As long as there is breath in our lungs, we will continue to fight for our freedom. The Galactic Empire will not break our spirit." Her words were echoed by leaders across the globe, inspiring the people of Earth to redouble their efforts. Unexpected alliances were forged with other civilizations that had also felt the oppressive grip of the Galactic Empire, further bolstering the human resistance. Coordinated strikes against the Imperial supply lines and communication networks began to take a significant toll on the Galactic Empire's military operations. The once unstoppable juggernaut found itself struggling to maintain its advantage, as the human defenders' ingenuity and determination proved to be a formidable challenge. "They are fighting with a ferocity we have never encountered before," Xyloth growled, his fists clenched in frustration. "This cannot be allowed to continue. We must crush them, no matter the cost." The stage was set for a pivotal turning point in the conflict, as the people of Earth, united in their defiance, began to tip the scales in their favor against the mighty Galactic Empire. The fate of the planet, and perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance as the battle raged on. As the human resistance continued to gain momentum, the Galactic Empire found itself in an increasingly precarious position. The once unstoppable juggernaut was beginning to falter, its vast military resources strained by the tenacity and resourcefulness of the people of Earth. Emperor Zoloth, his pride wounded and his grip on power threatened, made the decision to dispatch his most powerful forces to crush the human defenders once and for all. Massive fleets of advanced warships, equipped with the latest in galactic technology, converged on the blue-green planet, poised to unleash a devastating onslaught. "This time, we will leave nothing to chance," Zoloth declared, his voice laced with a dangerous edge. "The humans will be utterly destroyed, and their pathetic world will be ours to subjugate." The people of Earth, having witnessed the devastation wrought by the Galactic Empire's previous attacks, braced themselves for the impending onslaught. They knew that this final showdown would determine the fate of their world and the future of their species. Across the planet, the most brilliant military strategists and scientists collaborated to devise a comprehensive defense plan. Advanced energy shields, capable of withstanding the most powerful galactic weaponry, were deployed to protect key locations. Cutting-edge fighter craft, piloted by the most skilled and courageous pilots, prepared to engage the enemy in the skies above. "We have come too far to surrender now," the President of the United States said, addressing the people of Earth in a solemn speech. "Our freedom, our way of life, and the very future of our species are at stake. We must stand united, and we must prevail." The words of the President ignited a renewed sense of purpose and determination among the human defenders. They knew that the coming battle would be the most pivotal and consequential in the history of their civilization. As the Galactic Empire's forces unleashed their devastating assault, the skies above Earth erupted in a dazzling display of light and fury. Massive energy beams and missiles collided with the human defenses, sending shockwaves across the planet's surface. But the people of Earth, empowered by their ingenuity and their unwavering spirit, fought back with a ferocity that surprised even the most seasoned galactic commanders. Advanced energy weapons and precision-guided munitions decimated the Imperial warships, while the human pilots engaged the enemy in a fierce aerial battle. The clash between the Galactic Empire and the human defenders raged on, with neither side willing to concede defeat. The fate of the world hung in the balance as the two civilizations fought for the ultimate prize, the right to determine the future of the cosmos. As the battle reached its climax, the people of Earth knew that they were fighting not just for their own survival, but for the freedom and self-determination of all sentient beings in the galaxy. The outcome of this final showdown would echo through the ages, shaping the course of history for generations to come. The final battle between the Galactic Empire and the human defenders raged on, with neither side willing to concede defeat. The skies above Earth were filled with the thunderous roar of colliding warships and the brilliant flashes of energy weapons. The very ground trembled under the weight of the devastating exchange. But as the conflict reached its climax, the superior tactics and unwavering determination of the human forces began to turn the tide in their favor. Brilliant military strategists, empowered by the advanced technologies developed by the world's leading scientists, outmaneuvered and outgunned the Galactic Empire's seasoned commanders. The human pilots, honed by years of intense training and combat experience, displayed a level of skill and bravery that shocked even the most seasoned galactic veterans. They weaved through the enemy formations, unleashing devastating barrages of laser-guided missiles and energy beams that crippled the Imperial warships. On the ground, the human defenders, bolstered by their allies from across the galaxy, launched coordinated strikes that systematically dismantled the Galactic Empire's supply lines and communication networks. Without the ability to resupply or coordinate their forces, the once formidable Imperial troops found themselves increasingly vulnerable to the onslaught. As the battle raged on, the people of Earth watched with bated breath, their hearts swelling with a mixture of hope and trepidation. They had come so far, fought so hard, and sacrificed so much to defend their home. The outcome of this final confrontation would determine the fate of their entire civilization. And then, in a decisive moment, the tide turned irrevocably in favor of the human defenders. The Galactic Empire's most powerful warships, their command centers crippled by the relentless human assault, began to falter and succumb to the onslaught. Xyloth, his face twisted with rage and disbelief, was forced to order a retreat, his dreams of conquest shattered. The people of Earth erupted in thunderous cheers and joyous celebrations as the Galactic Empire's forces were driven from their skies. They had won the ultimate victory, defending their home and their freedom from the tyrannical grasp of the once unstoppable Imperial juggernaut. This is a triumph for all of humanity, the President of the United States proclaimed, her voice brimming with pride and elation. We have shown the Galactic Empire that we are not to be trifled with, that our determination and our ingenuity are more powerful than their might. Across the planet, the people rejoiced, knowing that they had written a new chapter in the history of their species. They had proven their worth on the galactic stage, and their victory would echo through the ages, inspiring generations to come. As the Galactic Empire's forces retreated, battered and humbled, the people of Earth turned their attention to the future. They knew that their struggle was not over, that the path ahead would be filled with new challenges and obstacles. But they were more than ready to face them, empowered by their hard-won victory and the knowledge that they had the strength and the will to shape their own destiny. The Galactic Empire's humiliating defeat at the hands of the human defenders sent shockwaves through the entire galaxy. For the first time in its long history of conquest, the once unstoppable Imperial juggernaut had been forced to retreat and acknowledge the independence and sovereignty of a primitive civilization. The ramifications of this pivotal event were profound. Across the galaxy, the oppressed peoples who had long suffered under the Galactic Empire's tyrannical rule began to stir with newfound hope and determination. They saw in the triumph of the humans a beacon of inspiration, a testament to the power of unity, innovation, and the unwavering spirit of free peoples. As the Galactic Empire grappled with the aftermath of its defeat, sweeping reforms and decentralization began to take hold. Xyloth, his grip on power weakened, was forced to concede greater autonomy to the various planetary systems and alien civilizations that had been subjugated under his rule. The people of Earth, emboldened by their victory, began to look outward, eager to forge new alliances and explore the vast expanse of the cosmos. They knew that their triumph had not only secured the freedom of their own world, but had also opened the door to a future of expanded influence and interstellar cooperation. We have shown the Galactic Empire that we are not to be underestimated, the President of the United States declared, addressing the global community. Our victory has proven that humanity is a force to be reckoned with, and we are ready to take our rightful place among the stars. Across the planet, the people of Earth celebrated their triumph with a renewed sense of unity and purpose. They had overcome the greatest threat to their civilization, and now they turned their sights to the endless possibilities that lay beyond their world. Scientists and engineers, their minds brimming with innovative ideas, began to develop advanced propulsion systems and interstellar exploration technologies. The once isolated human civilization was now poised to venture forth into the galaxy, forging connections and alliances with other sentient beings. As the Galactic Empire struggled to maintain its grip on power, the people of Earth began to assert their newfound influence on the galactic stage. They formed strategic partnerships with other civilizations that had suffered under imperial rule, creating a network of resistance and cooperation that threatened to unravel the Empire's fragile hold on the cosmos. The humans have disrupted the balance of power, one of Xyloth's remaining generals admitted, his voice tinged with both fear and respect. We can no longer afford to underestimate their determination and their ingenuity. They have become a force to be reckoned with, not just on their own world, but throughout the galaxy. The future of the Galactic Empire, once seemingly assured, now hung in the balance. The human triumph had shattered the illusion of the Empire's invincibility, and it had set in motion a chain of events that would forever change the course of galactic history. As the people of Earth looked towards the stars, they knew that their victory was just the beginning. The path ahead would be filled with new challenges and opportunities, but they were more than ready to face them, empowered by their unwavering spirit and the knowledge that they had the strength to shape their own destiny, both on their home planet and across the vastness of the cosmos.